Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. You're still watching Sports Tonight. This is the midweek edition, and we are on to the Copa America segment. I've been joined by my colleagues, Cecilia Omorogwe and Tayo Salam. It's a pleasure to have you guys around, and the countdown, 9 days to go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We're almost getting there, Cecilia.
Yeah. Weekend with June 3rd, that's when it starts.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of things to talk about, but let's start with Brazil. You know, no Neymar, no Thiago Silva and David Luiz. Now we have the squad numbers.
Yeah.
But let me start with Tayo.
Yeah.
What do you expect from Brazil?
I mean, Brazil, big side, you know. They'll be going into this tournament trying to win for obvious reasons. The coach, Carlos Dunga, still hasn't won since he returned to the helm. So I'm sure it will be under a lot of pressure. But you mentioned the squad earlier. And very interesting because some names, some really
notable,
important names are missing. Thiago Silva, David Luiz, you mentioned Neymar as well, so for obvious reasons is going to the Olympics. And Lucas Moura as well, so from PSG. I don't know if the coach has any problem with PSG players, but that's just on the light side. So, but they've got great players all around the park. So these absences, they will be missed, but I think they still have enough quality and to put up a great showing.
Let me quickly drag Cecilia into all of this. Brazil, your expectation, we know the squad, we know the numbers, the jersey numbers they're going to put on, but your expectation from Brazil in this tournament?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very low because I'm looking at the names. You know, Tayo mentioned some key names we're expecting. We understand about Neymar and all that, but I'm looking at Oscar, I don't know.
Yeah, Oscar.
He's not there. I'm looking at Fernandinho, he's not there. I'm looking at Felipe Anderson from Lazio, he's also not there. And Kaká, of course, you know, when Dongen came in, he actually, you know, used him in one of his
you still have these other guys?
He's not there. But I'm looking at the squad, and now Gil, the guy I'm actually looking at, that will be replacing David Luiz, wearing the number 4 jersey. I'm thinking, was it because of their performance at the last World Cup that he decided to call out most of the players who were part of the squad?
Well, I think maybe I'm not Dunga, but I think maybe it's trying to prioritize the Olympics. Brazil has a large squad and allow some people rest. It's a tight period. You have a lot of competitions in 2016.
Yeah,
but I mean, you have like 7 young players in this squad. 7
eligible to
play for the Olympics.
So
I'm really saying it in that light because I'm looking at it from the fact that now Lucas, we just saw Lucas now who plays for Santos. Lucas Lima, he's going to be wearing number 10 jersey. You know, fine, maybe they must have seen him playing for Santos. I know they are having 3 players from Santos in this particular squad, then 5 home-based players who play in Brazil.
Okay, guys, before we leave Brazil, how long will the patience of the fans last after Copa America with Dunga? How long?
I mean, come on, how long has it been there? I mean, it took over after the debacle at the World Cup here in 2014. So, I think it still deserves some time, you know, to make things happen.
Should not be decided by COPA.
Nah, I don't think so. But they have to give a very good showing. And just quickly before we round up, I mean, on Lucas Lima, that's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I mean, the jersey number 10, legendary. And it's like Nigeria, when you wear the number 10 jersey, everyone wants you out there to go play like JJ.
Yeah, huge weight on your shoulders.
So let's see if he can handle it.
All right, let me come to Cecilia now. We have to go to Uruguay. You said the other time, Luis Suarez got himself banned for reasons, stupidly, I must add. Now he's back, then again he's injured. So what's the update with Luis Suarez? Can he still make it for the Copa America Centenario? You
know, the coach said earlier today that he may not just make the squad because right now he's injured a hamstring, and we know what happened.
Still with his squad.
He's still with the squad, but he did not train with them yesterday morning. So he wasn't part of the training yesterday morning. And you're looking at the fact that they will be having a friendly game this weekend before that, and he will not be part of the friendly game. Although he's with them in camp, but he's going to join them June 1st, yes. That's when he's going to join the team. And you're asking yourself, if a player got a hamstring injury, it's difficult for him to, like, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do to him to be ready for June 3rd. The first game is going to be like
on June the 6th.
June the 6th, right? That's their first game now. Just take a look at the time he got injured. The game against Sevilla, that was when he pulled off the hamstring.
At least minimum 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
minimum.
exactly. So at times, I mean, he's not 21 or 19 and all that, so he's older than that.
Okay.
So I don't think he will be fit for the first game. Maybe when the tournament goes on and all that.
Tavares might just gamble.
Exactly.
How big of a miss will it be, Tayo, if eventually
Sure.
Luis Suarez
I mean,
doesn't get to.
come on. I mean, that's the talisman of the team right there. Okay, it's fair to say that they've got other players like Edson Cavani that can step in and do a good job. But Suarez, I mean, incredible season with Barcelona, 40 goals in La Liga, I think about 56 overall. So if you take that amount of goals out of the team,
rate.
yeah, you're bound to miss him. So it will be a massive miss for Oscar Tabarez, as well as Luis Suarez himself is trying to come back after missing the last Copa America in Chile. He couldn't go there because of his ban you talked about earlier. So it'll be a massive miss, massive loss for Uruguay.
Okay. Since we're talking about Suarez, let's quickly talk about Uruguay. Did you see, or do you, let me put it out, do you see Uruguay as favorites going into this? Now that Luis Suarez might not be there, it makes the job hard. But before the incident with Luis Suarez, were you seeing them in that light?
Now, with the Luis Suarez, I mean, you're guarantee of like up to 10 goals in a tournament if, they're able to go
if he's
through
injury-free and he doesn't do anything stupid.
That's it, so you guarantee that. And when you remove that outside the team, Luis Suarez is not just a player that scores goals. I mean, he's a workaholic. We've seen it and all that. He defends. That's the right word for him, a talisman. But when you now have that player out of it, I don't think they're favorites anymore because you have some countries who actually depend on a player, so to speak. Edison Cavani, we've seen him in major international tournaments. When you expect him to actually perform, he doesn't. I mean, take a look at what he does at PSG and all that. Zlatan most times had to step up, for them to actually get what they want. So if he's as fantastic as Luis Suarez at PSG, I think what Neymar and Suarez is even doing, and where you have a Messi and you're having a Luis Suarez scoring as much as 40 goals, I think that's a player you definitely miss. So if he's not there, if he doesn't get to play, I don't see Uruguay as favorite anymore. I don't think so.
Okay. Taya, agree, disagree?
Yeah, well, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing here. I mean, when you take Suarez out of the side, like I said earlier, he's going to be a big miss. And in terms of being favorites, they were never my favorites. So, it doesn't change a lot with me. So I'm still tipping Brazil. I'm tipping Chile, then the United States of America.
In that order?
Yes.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. But guys, let's spend the remaining the time we have left talk about the United States.
Yes.
Ideally, they shouldn't be in this, but they're here because it's a centenary.
Yeah.
And Jürgen Klinsmann says some things that I find particularly funny. Let's talk about what he says, talking about top 4 finish. That's where it's like, I don't know, some people are saying realistic expectation, but I'm thinking you're hosts and you should be thinking of winning. So I don't know. Is he trying to put himself in a safety net by saying top 4 finish?
You've got to remember this is not a CONCACAF tournament. It's
it's
a Copa America. It's not the Gold Cup. It's a South American tournament, and all the best teams from South America coming. So you have to understand why he is going with that top 4 finish. I think it will be a
realistic expectation.
Yeah, very decent target that can be achieved by Jürgen Klinsmann and his squad.
Okay, Sisi?
Top 4, I don't think so. Well, when people say the 12th man and all that, the crowd, I think that might just give them that advantage.
Yes.
Outside that, I don't think so. Top 4, you're having 16 teams from, I mean,
two confederations,
two continents and all that coming together. I mean, for a tournament. Top 4, I don't see that happening because I'm looking at Brazil right now. I'm looking at Argentina. I'm looking at Chile. I'm looking at
I guess that's why Tyler is saying it's realistic expectation.
And you're looking at top 4. Maybe he just want to play safe. But I think top 4, if US finish in the top 4, I think I'll give to them. They've done their best. Okay. But that top 4...
all right. The last thing... you want to say
You were saying, you were going to say...
The last thing that we're going to talk about that I find funny. And Jürgen Klinsmann says the tournament is watered down. The Euro Championship is watered down quickly because we don't really have time. But he's saying that the Copa America Centenary is bigger than the Euros. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, that's a matter of perception, it's a matter of opinions, so you can't really say a lot about it. We'll just wait for the tournament to kick off so we can actually decide. 24 teams in the Euros, 16 in South America. Maybe that's why he's saying, maybe that's why he's saying it's watered down in Europe.
Cecilia, as we go.
I think because you're having a Brazil, Argentina, I know that the top footballing nations in South America, in Copa America, that's why he's saying that. Because in Europe, outside Germany, France and all that, Portugal, maybe.
Okay.
But then I think South America, that's where the glory is.
Okay.
That's where football is.
Okay, that's how we have to wrap up this segment. More still to come on Sports Tonight. Join us again.